crazy, isn't it? Like, I don't make a dime. I have no career, yet my time is already valuable.
What are you talking about? You do have a career.
Yeah,
in essence.
In essence, yeah, it's in essence I do.
Yeah.
You know what? Just because of this interaction, I'm gonna throw you a curveball.
Okay.
Because you asked for it.
Yeah.
LA dating life. You're like, oh, let's save it for later. Yeah, now I have you.
No.
Oh, okay, we'll do it later.
Oh my gosh. Maybe we should just say, hey, welcome. Episode 3 of Roommate Roulette. So.
Yeah. Oh, see, we love today. See, I coined it now. I'm good now.
We decided on that, right?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we got a name.
Yeah. But no, we're not gonna talk about dating life in LA. But I'm gonna talk about it a little bit. But then maybe it'll take us somewhere.
Okay.
It's like the older you grow, like people, like my mother used to say, like when I was like, oh, I'm dating this girl, she's beautiful, and she would be like, what does that matter? I'm like, 'cause it
Your
matters.
mom would say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
She doesn't get it because she's beautiful, and she's like, oh, it's not important. But we went to her reunion.
Yeah.
And a bunch of those guys were like, almost like insinuating that he used to look down on them. Which she said, I never did, but they felt that way because she was pretty and rich.
Yeah.
Yeah. As like she says that, but like
that.
I look at my dad, I'm like, trust me, if you weren't superficial, you wouldn't have married this man, because except for his hair and his face, he's very smart also. But like, oh god, like,
is he a handsome guy?
He was very handsome.
Yeah.
He still is. That's the crazy thing. Like, he didn't take care of himself. He lost his teeth. He is like has a belly, but still looks great.
Still good. Still got it.
Yeah, short.
Yeah.
She thought he was tall because she was shorter, but like he's, you know. I don't know. So
Beauty
she's
is
superficial.
in the eyes of the beholder.
Yeah, she's superficial too. But no, but I was saying, actually funny. Like, I start saying something, and then I find myself at the end of the sentence having said something as like it's the opposite.
Totally different. Yeah. I mean, what are we even talking about now?
Nothing. We never see. That's the thing. If this show that we're doing, if somebody sees it, it'll be a show. We'll be showing.
Yeah.
But if this had a point, I'd hate it.
Same,
if this was like, let's talk about dogs.
Oh, gosh, no. I need to not know what's going on in order to enjoy my time here.
I hate themes. I hate. Yeah. I do like sponsors though. I was talking to this guy. He's not even that funny.
We gotta love sponsors.
He's not even that great. Like, but he's been doing podcasts and stuff, and he was talking about how he has sponsors, and I was like, I like that. Yeah. That sounded really good out of your mouth. Like,
I'm totally
when his lips said sponsor, I was like, oh yeah, that's hot.
Say it again.
I want something I like to sponsor me though, like even Popeyes I wouldn't do. I go there, but it's like I guiltily go there.
I don't know, man. Like, you do love Popeyes.
I don't. It's just a long story.
You do.
It's a long story. It's because there's a Popeyes that loves me, and I can't be oblivious to it. I can't be oblivious to the amount of love I got in that Popeyes.
Yeah.
But
don't even lie. You love it.
No, I don't, because the chicken has too many bones. Like, I'm eating the thigh, and it's like I barely ate meat. Okay, the juices were great, but like...
Is it mostly breading?
And that's the thing, the guy gives me the best thigh. He chooses it for me, and it's still not satisfactory.
Yeah.
But I go there because he loves me, and he has kind eyes.
Treatment.
Also, he loves that he laughs at things I say.
Yeah.
That's why I go to Popeyes, to get laughs, because I'm a hooker.
Because you're an attention whore.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Not attention, just attention. It used to be attention only. Now I also want admiration. I demand
and praise.
Yeah, exactly.
Love me.
You better love me, and then if after loving me you love someone else, like sometimes I'll go to shows I kill, and I'm like, yeah, that's how it's done, bro.
Yeah.
And then somebody will go up and kill also.
Yeah.
Not harder than me, but if there's someone else, they're harder than me.
Yeah.
Because when I get laughs, it's like, of course I should. But when other people get laughs, I'm like, oh my god,
what's going on?
How can they do this to me?
Am I still funny? Because you don't really have that much else going on for you. You know, comedy's what you gotta do.
Why did you say that?
Needs to happen.
I do have stuff going for me.
You don't want to have a job.
But I do have jobs. I have many jobs.
You have like 1099 jobs. You know, you're not.
Oh
like
no,
an
they're all
employee.
W2. Oh yeah, but I hate that. I used to have
That's
W2.
what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
You could not go into.
But what do you mean I don't have stuff going for me? I have my hair. I'm in shape.
Yeah, that goes all into your image of being a comedian. Like, that's part of your path.
No, but
it's not like you need your hair to go work in an office.
But my abs aren't comedy abs. They're like sexual abs.
Yeah.
They have
to
sex.
Get your surfer babes.
No, well, how many surfer babes I got? I got stuff going for me. Take that back. I'm great.
You are great. That's why I'm sitting here talking to you.
Good.
In my mind, I'm giving you a compliment.
You know what I love about like the way I am these days is the last 3 minutes I've been extremely insecure, but I'm gonna keep it because I like it.
Okay.
I want to put it in people's faces.
Yeah.
No, I'm just proud of myself, the little tiny insecure man that I am.
Well, you have come a long way. I mean,
but this is enough.
As your friend, it's like I'm proud of you.
No, but I air it. It's because I'm airing it. I don't actually like believe these stuff. Like, you know what I mean? You know me.
Yeah.
I'm being sensitive right now, but like, obviously I don't hate it when other people kill. I invite them to my shows to
totally.
It's just I'm airing those little tiny thoughts in my head.
Yeah.
Because we all have them.
We all have that little voice in our head that's always trying to
I'm
convince
actually
us.
a very secure and expansive man. That's expansive with an A, not expensive, like not cheap.
Okay.
Good.
So
good
going
intro.
Back to that time.
The older I grow, the more I'm like I used to be attracted to like girls like, you know, faces and like feet and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Just preferences.
Yeah.
But now it's like when a girl is not toxic at all, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
It's
like
almost
her
like
inner beauty comes out more?
It's almost like I am attracted to them as a child in me, as in this woman should raise the child that.
Oh Lord, good luck to your ladies.
No, but in my mind, like just subliminally, I'm just exploring.
Yeah. No, man, like you should not go about dating that way. No.
No, I'm not saying.
And also, it's a lie.
No, I didn't say I was.
You were just talking about going on a date and like really just wanting to get to know her and like how you've like grown into more
sexual
of a man.
stuff. I'm saying just the older I get, the more I'm attracted to the. I'm okay. You know what? I take a lot of things I said back. Let me rephrase it with a mind I know that.
Does that mean I'm just looking for my daddy? Like, are we all just looking to replace our parents in our lives?
Oh no.
Exactly.
I don't like this territory at all.
Oedipus Rex.
I'm just saying that when a woman used to be toxic, I used to be like, yeah. Now I'm like, ugh. That's like, if I was actually a smart person.
I feel like I still am entertained by toxic. Definitely. Like, and I shouldn't be.
Toxic is good sometimes.
I'm just like, at least like you keep me challenged and entertained.
You know, there's more to the world than that, though.
Oh, man, I know. But when they're, like, too good, too safe, it's like, I get bored.
Yeah, that's that, too. Especially when you're a woman, you should, like... You want a beast, but you want to tame the beast.
Yeah.
By the way, your beast that we locked in your room is not tame at all.
My cat! Wrecking havoc in there. I'm like thinking, what is he destroying right now? He is so mad. Yeah. He is not out here with us.
He's been puking like a bulimic teenager.
It's because he's just eating stuff off the floor, which is crazy. He has so much food.
Yeah.
He's fine.
Yeah, you spoil him.
It's true. It's my fault.
And that's, we talked about this before, but that's how you're going to raise your kids too.
Hopefully I've learned.
I'm going to spoil them with love, but I also want them to know that sometimes people can be horrible.
Well, you know what? This is where a great husband comes in, because then they can give the balance, you know? Because, like, as a mom, I feel like you should kind of just express a lot of love to your kids.
I guess that's just life, yeah. My mom coddled me a little bit too much.
Yeah, like, I don't think I'm a coddling type.
Yeah, you're not coddling, but I don't know.
I'm kind of cold, you know? I think
that's good. That's good a little bit.
Yeah.
But you get a little bit cold. Like, my mother... Yeah, encouraged me, taught everything. She listened to me a lot for hours. I would just talk. She would listen.
Yeah.
Which, can you tell? But, I don't know. I wish she never told me I was special, because really, just it's such a what's special? What are you talking about? Like,
yeah.
But I guess I grew up in Turkey, and a lot of people there just want to go with the tide, and I wasn't like them.
Yeah.
So maybe in a way she was right, but I mean,
You are
everybody's
living
special
in
in something.
America now.
But does that make me better? Like, why? Like, I'm American now too. I'm
but
American now
unique.
too. Like, I get a
Yeah.
green card off the lottery, and then I got my citizenship, and I have no ties to this land, and now I feel American in the sense that,
Yeah.
like, we think that we're better than everybody else. Like, but why are we? We are.
As Americans?
But yeah, like, how do we justify it?
Honestly, I have no idea. Because it's like
There's one of the few
convoluted.
times where I said we about Americans.
Yeah.
It's a very beautiful moment, but
It
go
is
ahead.
a beautiful moment. That's why I was like, as Americans.
Yeah.
Because we have so many like social struggles going on right now, but I think what makes America great is that, oh God, I did not want to say that phrase. Ugh.
He coined
it.
He coined it. He made it a thing.
Ugh.
He made it. Now you hate.
It's like, man, I can't even say that. Like,
he took.
gross. No, what makes America special? Let's go back to being special. It's just that we are so diverse. You know, we have all these different cultures in one place, and I think that is so cool.
Yeah, it's almost like what makes us special is that we're not a country.
Yeah.
We're a mix of all of them. And people who are like, rah, 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 and want it to be like a country, let's get rid of the immigrants and stuff.
Yeah.
They are what's the problem with it. Like, see, you know how America is like a melting pot?
Yeah.
But sometimes when you melt it too long, stuff gathers in the bottom. And you gotta keep adding more.
You got the charred sides.
Like, you gotta add more, like immigrants, like more.
Yeah.
Right? But then you gotta also take the bottom off a little bit, clean it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, what, like, that's not go how you clean. Like, I mean, like...
Right.
I think every American citizen needs to, like, you know how some countries have mandatory army service?
Yeah.
I think Americans should have mandatory go live in another country thing.
Or
just
you get
perspective.
Have more, like, access to travel. Because so many Americans
or literally, like,
can't.
Like, you know how Israelis, like, Israel pays Jewish people to come there?
Yeah.
Like,
now
it's almost like, no, they do. They seriously do. They, like, pay for the trip and stuff.
Wow.
And it's like a Middle Eastern. I know they're like all doing well and shit, but like it's a Middle Eastern country. Like Middle Eastern country actually taking care of its people. And I'm like, oh, those they're so spoiled. Like they're so like they. You know why? It's because it's like new. See, all the other Middle Eastern countries are so old. When it's old, it gets tribal and weird, and like people hate each other.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're just. Like,
that's what we need to let go of, because like at the end of the day we're becoming a global community. We're not really these segmented countries anymore, especially in our generation. Like we talk to how many people from different countries?
Yeah.
Like we're not just one entity anymore.
Yeah.
And I wish that people could just drop those boundaries and just kind of be a little bit more flexible.
But going to other countries, like living there for, like, not like just going there for vacation, living there for a few years would help because...
Even
like,
a couple months at a time.
But see,
just
it has
like
to be years
months.
because then you'll have to assimilate a little bit, like, or like change a little bit. And it would help you see, first of all, that this is a great country. So liberals, when they go, they'll be like, oh, we have it pretty good here. Maybe we should shut the fuck up every now and then.
Yeah.
And, uphold some of the values that there's here, understand why it's beautiful, and the bigots could go there, they would never go. But this is all fairyland. This is all fairy dust land. But
fantasy.
Yeah, but the other ones, the bigots, would go and realize, hey, you know what? There's great things in other countries.
Yeah.
And there's loving people. It's just
right. I should stop being so judgmental.
Yeah.
And controlling.
Yeah, going to a country with a different religion really helps you see that it's all just made up.
Yeah.
It's all
like...
Oh, like when your grandfather tells you, like, he has stature, he has money, he's like this man, you're like, oh, he can't be wrong. Look at this guy, he has houses. Right. But he is, like...
Yeah.
It's just regional.
But at the same time, in the context in which, like, the grandfathers of our time grew up in, like, they didn't have this interconnectivity that we have. That is totally new. And that is my favorite thing about social media, is that it has enabled us to connect to people all around the world.
But the problem with social
media
is
that just traveling.
But social media gave everybody a voice, and most people should just shut the fuck up. Like they don't need a voice. Totally. It's like not everybody's opinion is important, especially when they're like hateful and just they don't listen to other people.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's just they're the ones who are being loud. You know, I think the people who have good intentions and good morals need to be louder. You know, we don't have to just follow these people who are creating toxicity. You know, we can have positivity online. It's just we all have to do it collectively.
But I feel like ignorance was the best thing. Like when we didn't even have to see these people. Like we'd be like, oh yeah, we all love each other, America, America, America. But now we know how much we hate each other.
Like think about like when we were like in middle school age. Like I remember like so much bullying and abuse. Like there was just like so much bad things going on around us, and we didn't have that sense of sharing where we can acknowledge, hey, like you're going through this too. Oh my gosh, this isn't right. You know, when you're just alone and like kind of in your own small knit community, you don't have that greater perspective. You just think, oh, this is just happening to me.
It's like a cult. That's why cults don't let you leave it.
Yeah.
Because the minute like that you leave it, that you learn that, oh, this is bullshit. Like that's why some people stay in their abusive relationships. I talked to this one girl who told me her boyfriend was hitting her, and she said, oh, when we get married, like he'll stop. Oh, and I told her, listen, I don't know much about life. I was like 24. I really didn't know anything about life. I still don't. But oh my God, at the time, I didn't. But I told her, like, he's not going to stop. Like, if I know anything from growing up in Turkey, when people get married, like...
it gets worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, if she had access to more people, like, she thought, oh, this is the only man that could love me. I think that's a thought.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know much, but I'm a man about town.
You know? Like, you know, but I had my first, like, iPhone, like, I think after college. I had smartphones before that, but senior year, going into freshman year of college, I had, like, this drug dealer phone.
Which is what? What is a drug dealer phone?
It, like, wasn't even a flip phone. It was just, like, one of those, like, mobile, like, just... like a BlackBerry.
It had.
You know, it's just like a front.
BlackBerries was smart for a second there.
But it wasn't a BlackBerry. It was just shaped like one. You know?
Oh, it was a Mockberry.
Because I didn't care. I was like, I just want to like just say, hey, what's up? You know, I don't need all this extra stuff.
No, I was like that too. But like not just social media, just internet in general. Like in every country is like that. Like my country, I'm from Turkey.
Oh, really?
Again, unless I didn't say it, it's confusing. It's like I don't think we've loved each other since 2005. Like, or maybe I was a kid. Maybe maybe we never loved each other, because I'm talking to my dad and he's like, when there was protests happening and I said, oh, we're gonna change stuff, and my dad was trying to keep me at home, which he couldn't. I protested, but he also said, like I lived through the 80s and 70s, like these things happen and then nothing changes. It's just all the governments suck.
Yeah.
And that's a weird thing when you realize, that 10-year period where I grew up was during a time when there was a coalition where 2-3 different parties ran the country, and because none of them had power, there was this freedom, but it was a bubble. And we thought that was the norm, you know?
Yeah.
These microphones are directional. That's why that cat doing that only annoys us.
I see.
But doesn't actually affect the production.
So if you didn't hear that, my cat is tearing up the door.
Maybe I'll add the sound. I'm recording the ambience too.
Yeah.
It's a part of it. By the way, is this like a vagina thing?
It's not a vagina. It is an iris. It is a flower.
I see a man holding a stick.
But I guess it could be a metaphor.
Yeah. Georgia O'Keeffe. You know Georgia O'Keeffe? She does vagina paintings and different layouts.
Yeah. But this is done by an artist, Charmaine Chu.
But do you see a man holding a musket or a spear and a lizard with a hat. That's a mushroom.
What? Oh, I see the spear guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But primarily, flower.
Okay, I'll give you flower.
Charmaine'sCreations.com.
Oh, yeah, I forget. You know this person. That's actually really beautiful, though.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying that now that I know the person.
Yeah.
They're not our sponsor. Nobody pays me. I'm a free man.
I just genuinely love this artist. I think she's amazing.
Me too. I think she's great.
She has a great story.
Hey, the fact that I saw a vagina in there is good. Sex sells.
Yeah.
In this country, it's kind of strange. Like
sexuality.
Yeah, like.
Because it's repressed.
Maybe I'm weird because I like older women and stuff, but like, a lot of men like women who look like children, dare I say?
No, I agree with you. I think there's an obsession.
What was that company what was that pedophilia company?
Balenciaga.
Yeah.
That whole...
Did they go down? I didn't follow.
Not enough. And now, there's this debate going on about how, the parent company... couldn't even tell you its name. It starts with a K. Also owns Gucci.
Speaking of parent company, what are the parents of these children? Why are they doing it?
Okay, so the parent, I heard of one father speaking out who was the child's father, and he was like, my child had a great time on set, blah blah blah, things like that. He was like,
my child had a great time on set. What do you mean?
But it's the child doesn't know. That's the point.
Dude, literally those children that you showed me those photos, are so young, they're not even able to have a good time. They just have reactions. They're moment to moment. Their brain isn't developed enough to have a good time.
Yeah.
You had a good time because you looked at how much he was getting paid or she was getting paid, or you had a great time.
Yeah. No, the child was probably just told to stand there and maybe didn't know what was going on, because how can you really understand that young?
Dude, when I see a child, because I've seen a lot of child actors, when I see a child who is able to professionally go through a production, it shudders me. Because even I get a little nervous, and I'm a very comfortable man.
Yeah.
When I see that, I'm like, oh, they can't be normal. They're gonna either eat their girlfriend or something, or
But also, it's are they being robbed of development? Because
that's what I'm saying. They're gonna go crazy
for children's development.
I say stuff like, "Oh, they're gonna eat their girlfriend." I'm exaggerating for comic effects. Wasn't even that funny, but just.
Oh yeah, and I'm just so used to that stuff.
Yeah,
I didn't even register.
That's what I love. It just fucking washes over you.
Yeah.
It's crazy what I normalized in your head.
I guess so. But yeah, playtime and imagination is so important for children's development, and forcing children into all of these routine schedules at a young age is robbing them of that.
Listen, when I was a kid, I was taking tests, doing all kinds of stuff, so that I could, but when it's a production and you're giving stimulus, you're saying, oh, you're great, and then they turn 18 and you're like, okay, now you're competing with real actors.
When you were a kid, didn't you play outside? Didn't you play outside as a kid?
Yeah, but I played inside too. I like being alone with my Legos, but I did play outside.
But you also played, a lot of kids don't even play outside. Unless they're just on their swing set and they're picking
I didn't like computer games, but I like reading a lot and stuff.
I mean, I had a very, expressive childhood because I feel like I grew up more in a 60s environment than actually the 90s and early 2000s because
I definitely did because things came late to Turkey.
And I could just ride my bike anywhere.
Well, you grew up in Chicago or outskirts?
Northwest suburbs, but beyond that, where I actually lived was an unincorporated area right outside of a state forest preserve. So it was fairly isolated, and my friends
this
and
country's so big.
And my brother.
It's we
grew up on a lake, and we would just ride our bikes all over the neighborhood, and my family would just be get back when sun goes down. We would just be gone all day playing.
Oh yeah, I would do that. I would when I was 14, 15, we would just go to my summer house. I would go out with these older kids and we would just drink on the beach, get fucked up. And I never drink now. How crazy is that?
10.
Okay, I wasn't drinking
then. Because I was drinking at
But I was doing
stuff
at 10. I was doing stuff at 10, obviously.
Well, I'm talking about grade school age.
Yeah, but when I was 10, my mother would still need to know where I am all the time. Just because it's Turkey, come on. It's like...
Yeah.
Like, they won't, like, touch you, but, you know... Some older kid is gonna slap you around if you're going around too. Like, somebody will beat you.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. Like, I grew up in this crazy pocket. You know? It was definitely like this golden sphere, because when you got older...
in those areas, I think kids are still living like that in those areas, no?
Maybe in rural areas, but I feel like it's so much more rare.
I hate that. That's kind of why I don't want to have kids sometimes.
Yeah, it's like, what world would you be bringing them into?
No, because that's the thing, like, right now the world, okay, fine. But it's like in 50 years, like...
Yeah.
When we're, you know, fighting with Elon Muskets or something, like...
Oh my god.
Yeah, shooting chips at each other. I don't know.
Yeah.
That was a particularly stupid thing I said, but I do hate that man.
Elon Muskets.
But no, in general, just I've been stupid for like the last 34 seconds. But I do hate that man deeply. Like, I have no reason.
I do too.
If I meet him and he said, "Why do you hate me?" I'd be like, man, I needed to study before this. You know what I mean? They're not, but he does make me live in fear of the future, and I wish he could be silenced.
I just think he needs to be fucking checked. His power needs to be checked.
Power, yeah. Try to check a man who has that much money. Like, 150 billion.
But that's the problem, is like, our governments are irrelevant to people like that, and that's an issue. That's an issue. There should be some kind of like social accountability committee or like moral committee on a global scale.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not going to happen if...
Can I ask you a weird question that was in my mind like 5-10 minutes ago, but then you were more interesting, so I let it go?
Okay, sure.
Which one do you think is worse, like video games or porn? Like, if you're addicted to it?
100% porn.
Really?
Yeah. Because porn is a fantasy world, and it's not real sex. And there's so many different cases where people learn about sex through porn, but are unsatisfied in real sex. Like, they can't form actual intimacy.
Yeah. I wonder, you know that guy who comes to my shows who's a virgin?
Yeah.
Like my virgin friend?
Yeah.
Do you think he watches a lot of porn? I wonder. He doesn't seem like the porn type either.
He doesn't seem like the type.
Or he's insanely the type.
Or, yeah, he's one extreme or the other, I think.
He either has a small dick or the biggest one you've ever seen. Like he has a freak dick, maybe.
Yeah, this guy is not going to be just like...
If it was roulette...
in the middle of the road.
If it was roulette, I would put $40 at least on the monster cock.
On the monster cock?
Yeah.
That would be really funny. That'd be really funny.
How nice would that be? Think about that roulette.
Confidence, though? Go out and bang. Billie Eilish came out about how porn negatively affected her.
Really?
Yeah, and that it
she's not
made her like have like
trans, right?
No, she's straight. She currently has a boyfriend, I believe.
I think you can be straight, but be trans though. That doesn't.
She's not trans.
Okay, no, but I'm saying in general, you could be trans and then straight too.
Yeah.
I know she's not like you. Well, I didn't know, but like. I was just asking. Have you ever heard of like schiosexual or something?
No.
It's people who specifically like it's like pansexual but only trans. Oh. Schiosexual maybe.
So like you're open to all people as long as they're a trans person?
Like you don't like cis, I think. Maybe you're also open to gay.
Okay.
Honestly,
I'm so straight. It's really hard for me to just like...
Yeah, you're so straight, it's boring.
Well, Billie Eilish, she was talking about how like watching porn made her have like an unrealistic expectation of how she needed to be in sex. And it like really negatively affected her. I couldn't like tell you the details because it was a while ago.
It's weird, like
but it definitely is
weird
worse
that it would...
than video games.
I've seen some video game guys that said I didn't leave the house in 10 years barely, like didn't have any sexual contact,
But they're an anomaly. So many people
like there was
play
a time.
video games.
There was
look
a time.
at my Xbox. I play video games all the time.
Barely.
And look at me.
No, you don't.
I'm not that weird.
Literally, I've been living here for a year.
In college like that.
No, but now, okay, back in the day, yeah.
Yo, my Assassin's Creed has over 300 hours on it.
Oh, okay. Wow, I guess I blanked out on that part of your life.
I just haven't been gaming while you've been living here. Because I don't have new games.
Well, I haven't been porning.
Well, that's good.
As much, let's say. But,
no, just getting live, pussy?
No, just not that much either, but, I've had some.
Yeah.
But
honestly, video games for me, like, were so, like, imaginative. Like, I love the games that you can go into a world and kind of create, like, characters and different, like, plot lines. Like Skyrim was one that I played all the time.
I never liked it. I like books. I like reading books, but then dropping the book down and then imagining my own scenarios within it. Because then I can have 5 different endings.
I used to love reading. I read all the time, but college fucked me up. Like, I have not been able to read a book the same since
it was
college.
the opposite. It was opposite. Before I got into college, because I was taking so many tests of these books I was reading.
Yeah.
Like, our school required us to read, like, a Turkish book, 2 English books, like, every 2-3 months. Like, it was insane, right?
Yeah.
I had to take so many tests that I was, like, loving some of them, but, like, I was doing it out of obligation. But when I started reading for fun, I was like, oh, this is amazing, where I don't have to think, oh, what is the author saying? The author's saying whatever the fuck I want the author to say. How do you like that?
I mean, like, books do take you on a journey that's very deep. And I miss it. But I can't read a book the same anymore. Like, ever since I graduated, when I go to read a book, I just want to analyze it. And it's like this impulse that I have.
Yeah, same.
And I can't just,
I lost it.
Ride through the book.
I did. Like, for example, people like Dostoevsky, like, it just makes you realize, it's so universal, yet also in the fucking moment. That it's like you're reading it sometimes and it applies to something you were thinking just a few moments ago. Like, you're like, and then you realize, I will never let an English teacher ever take that away from me.
I hope I get it back.
Drown me in a right way to read. Right way to read. These people also like right way to make films.
Yeah.
Look at the films now. There's film schools everywhere. Look at the films being made.
Yeah. There's such a variety in everything. Like, that's kind of the downside to how schooling and university works, is it forces you into this canon, right? And it's like, man, we are not living in the same existence anymore. Like, our world is so different, and we're capable of handling so much information at once.
I don't want to be called a primitivist, but really, like, we need to get rid of internet. Like, not even social media, like internet. Like, let's just get rid of it.
No way. I fucking love it. Technology is a blessing. We're just misusing it.
But we're never gonna... Okay, fine.
There's a future for it, absolutely. And, like, the world's not gonna stop.
Internet is the one thing that awakens like a terrorist feeling in me, where like if internet was like in one island, it was all in one. No, if the whole internet was in one island, and people were gonna bomb it, I'd be like, I'll strap it on me.
Look, I totally get it, because before.
But I do like I'm stupid. I do use the fuck out of it. Come on.
Yeah, but I get it, because before we had like this integration with technology, when we were growing up, there was a different realness to relationships that I can't find that often anymore. And I think that we need to still carry that through as humans while having technology. But like, just living in the online space is disconnecting us from our day-to-day lives. And that's, to me, super dangerous.
Yeah, and it just makes like, I don't know, but it makes things available. Like, maybe if it wasn't in this age, I would never even start comedy because I would know where to start. But now, because it's available to everybody, I don't know.
There's a freeness that came with
I love comedy too much. Do you think I love comedy too much? Like, I make my whole life about it sometimes. I don't. Like, I get a social life. I play all kinds of sports. But sometimes, in my mind, it takes over everything else. And I don't think that's healthy either.
I think it's your passion, and that's okay.
It's just, sometimes you gotta get the fuck away from me, passion.
Well, guess what? Then it comes back.
It does come back.
Yeah.
I do want it back.
Run away from it. You know?
Oh, no, I do want it back. But sometimes I want it gone so I can miss it.
I understand that, but life is not so simple.
Yeah, I hate it when people tell me, "Oh, you're so lucky you figured out what you want to do with your life." I'm like, "Oh yeah, great, yeah, it's amazing. I could have been a doctor. I wish I wanted that." You remember that joke I used to make about how I envy people whose dream is to be a data analyst, like all those Google certificate ads?
I do envy them. Like
they're like, "My dream was to be a data analyst." I'm like, "Oh, you lucky fuck."
Seriously.
I love that. Oh my god. Yeah. I wish I could analyze data. Yeah. And then feel like not putting a bullet in my mouth.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish so bad I could do one of those well-paying mundane jobs, but I would literally drive myself to suicide. I would hate it that much. I just can't.
Are we soft as this generation? I hate our generation, but I'm glad I'm a part of it.
Our generation. It's like us. Like we're.
I want to be from our generation. Like I want to be exactly me, but then living in the 70s somehow.
Oh my gosh, I don't really have that desire to go.
How funny would it be if you were the only one with an iPhone where you can Google stuff? Where you're like, he knows everything.
If you only knew.
I'm like, yeah, I have the kind of mind that holds on to things.
Yeah.
They ask you a question, you're like, oh, let me think. Mm-hmm. Oh, it is called a sclerostigosis.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm sad. What made me sad earlier? The sadness is still lingering.
The technology piece?
No.
Is it the porn?
Yeah, I guess.
Lack of intimacy in relationships?
No. I was gonna say, like, with porn, I think it's good if you don't do it, like, at all for a few months, which I've done before. Oh, like, everything gets better. Your stress gets better, everything.
Yeah.
It's like cigarettes. Like, when you're doing it, you're like, I need the stress gone. But it's like, it's the thing that's causing the stress.
Yeah. Definitely.
But, yeah. But it doesn't, like, you know, when you stop masturbating... I guess, yeah, like, when you... Well, you don't stop masturbating. Let me make that perfectly clear.
But with the porn.
Yeah. Your dick does get better. But just like cigarettes and lungs, like... Yeah. 3 years I quit cigarettes. I'm still coughing yellow things sometimes when I run.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I just wish, like, porn was more real in a sense. Like, because I think that...
Like augmented reality? Or, like, you mean, like...
No, just, like, more realistic. Like, what great sex is actually
Can I tell you something? Japanese, I don't get it. Maybe they are fake and I don't get it. But let me tell you something. Japanese, like, those storylines, like...
Okay.
Holy shit! Like they know what they're doing.
That's amazing.
I really.
Something they do.
I really respect. See, maybe you should never find out, but like, let me tell you this. Like, by the way, I'm not being disrespectful. Japanese are good at amazingly, just variety of things. But porn is definitely one of them. They're another world.
Okay.
I don't want to talk too much about it, but they have certain like codes, and then there's like number next to the code, and with the numbers change, the woman changes, the actress changes, but it's exactly the same shot for shot, like some of them.
What?
Like they have that kind of stuff. They have these storylines that have like 3 acts, and one of them I watch with subtitles, and it's like has emotional development.
Is it like an hour long?
Like hour
like
20.
A whole movie?
Yeah, some of them are long.
Interesting.
Some of them are parts, like it develops, you're like... And then you watch that same actress in another thing.
Yeah.
And she's not as good. And you're like, that can only mean one thing. Is that there's director. Like, if an actor is lifted in one other, like, then there is some...
Yeah.
And it's like, there's so much variety. It's like, how many people are doing... Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. Maybe we should throw a party one day and just have Japanese porn projected onto a wall.
No. I would never do that to Japanese porn. Because Japanese porn is not like lavish. Oh, look at me. It's meant to be enjoyed in the presence of yourself. Like, it's like... I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. It's good. I don't know why I got sad again. Let's end this episode because it should already end. I'm gonna call it.
Oh, we're naming episodes now.
No, in just this one. I'm thinking because I need like a 3-parter name. You know how it's like Vicky Cristina Barcelona. I'm gonna name it something Japanese porn. Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Video games, Japanese porn. That's what this episode is called. And thank you for being here for Elon Musk. Elon Musk.
Elon Musket.
No, Musk. Okay. Thank you for joining us today at our episode Elon Musket, video games and Japanese porn.
Thank you so much.
Stay tuned for our next episode where we will be... I don't know what we're going to be talking about, but we're going to talk the fuck out of it.
Yeah. We don't plan anything. We just sit down.
We don't plan, but we talk so much that, like, we know our corridors. We're more, like, that's what I'm saying. My comedy people say, oh, it's not planned, but, like, you know how hard it is to be that unplanned all the time? Everything I think is a bit.
You listening?
Anyway, but...
Yeah.
Later.
Yeah. Should we say our names?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, actually, do yours first. Like, so it's like I'm like saying like ladies first.
Okay.
Some kind. I'm gonna try to remove some parts where I like interrupted you and make me look less like a dick. But go ahead.
Okay. Well, just start from. Thank you for watching.
Yes.
I am Brooke Danielle.
I am Orhun Timur, and today you watched Elon Musket, video games and Japanese porn.
It's been a great day.